Welcome to the first ever webisode of Talking Shed. You may have tuned in to ANC Sunday night looking for Jumping Shed and Talking Shed and been kind of confused to find a marathon of reruns of Nash Bridges instead. Great show, but not Jumping Shed. What was going on? Well, we're going to answer your questions here. You have any ideas on why there wasn't an episode of Jumping Shed this week? Max Hammer, former cast member.
I couldn't tell you, but I'm sure they do miss the old hammer around the set, that's for sure.
Might just be hard to come up with episodes when you don't have a great character like Ricky anymore, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And here we are. We're on the set of the Jumping Shed. This week's episode is apparently taking place at a farm. You might hear some chickens and ducks and cows in the background. But this is the actual shed that's going to be in this week's episode. So it's kind of exciting for me. I just thought, here it's exciting for me to be on this set. Might be a little bit different for you. Are you feeling a little funny? Feeling a little sad? Melancholy, Max, that you're back on the set of a show that you used to be part of, but you're no longer a member of?
Well, to be honest with you, excuse me, my phone's vibrating here.
It's okay.
David Faustino, just who I was waiting to hear from.
David Faustino?
Yeah, him and I are working on a little project together. He's a real famous actor, and we're doing a little something together here, the Mole Men remake.
So what are you saying?
I'm going to have to cut this short. I'm sorry, Imuer. The life of a Hollywood actor.
Max,
sorry.
Max, the webisodes are only 3 minutes long.
I gotta go. Faustino pays.
Okay, I guess we're going to be flying solo today on Talking Shed. That's a little disappointing, but I can do the show solo, and I've still got some great information, a big surprise for you coming up. So let's talk some shed. Well, as you can see, I've been joined once again by TV cake baker, the Ace of Cakes.
Call me Duff, please. Hi, America.
What are you doing here, Ace? You weren't booked to be on this week's episode of Talking Shed.
Well, I'm here. If you really must know, I've been coming down to the set and baking cakes for each individual cast member. I try to tailor the cake to match their own emotions and character on the show, and I think it's a welcome surprise when they come out of their trailer.
Okay. Thank you. I shouldn't have asked. We do not have time this week to talk about cake. Even less time than usual because this is a webisode, as I've said, and webisodes are very short. I'm sure Max Hammer could have stayed. They're very short. Okay, so we need to stick to talking about things in the Jumping Shed universe.
Let's do it.
And I have a big announcement. We have a new spin-off show coming this fall called Near the Jumping Shed. Near the Jumping Shed introduces new characters whose homes are near places that the Jumping Shed has appeared. What do you think of that?
Sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah, I'll say. And you know who's an acquaintance of Margot Fontaine? My character, who was introduced last week on the Jumping Shed, Chuck. Do you think Chuck might appear in this new series, Near the Jumping Shed?
I don't see why not, unless there's a loophole or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that means. And I think that it probably will happen. So maybe you can look forward to seeing Chuck more next season on not the Jumping Shed, but Near the Jumping Shed. I think we all hope so. Hey, you know who's going to be on next week?
No idea.
On Talking Shed next week, when we're back on our regular time on ANC, we're going to be joined by Greg Jackson, Blammo.
Blammo!
One of the most popular characters on the show. And I imagine you know Blammo's catchphrase?
I ain't going to no creepy shed.
Very good. That almost sounded like Blammo. So that's going to be exciting next week. And also next week, we're going to be announcing our winner in the Ultimate Shedder Contest, where the winner, who lets us know on video why they are the Ultimate Shedder, will win a chance to be an actor in the season finale of The Jumping Shed. So make sure you get those videos out on Gweagle, YouTube, Twitter, VidSmack, any of the big sites. Hashtag Ultimate Shedder. All right, well, I don't think we'll be seeing you next week because you're not scheduled to be on Talking Shed next week. So since you're not going to be on the show next week because there's no way that we're going to need you because we have Greg Jackson, Blammo on the show for the whole half hour. Would you like to say anything here, since you won't be on next week, Ace of Cakes?
Kids, I paid the cost to be the cake boss. That's all.
You're not the cake boss, though. You're the Ace of Cakes. So, just going to say goodbye to you now. Goodbye. And we're going to go now to Emily, who's going to give us a tip for how to stay safe when you encounter a jumping shed. See you next week.
If you find a weird shed in your backyard, don't touch it. Tell an adult.
Max Hammer appears courtesy of D. Lil Productions and the upcoming remake of Superman and the Mole Men, coming to theaters November 2020.